What's up everyone, Reggie from ReggieTECH here. I hope you're all doing well, and thanks for tuning into the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Makita's 18-volt cordless cutout tool, model number XOC02Z. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this unboxing, and then we'll test it out and see how it works, as well as test out the AWS function or feature on this tool with the addition of purchasing that little AWS Bluetooth dongle. But with that being said, let's get right into it. So here we have it, the Makita cordless cutout tool in its box. And before we get into the contents that come inside, let's take a quick look around the box. So right here on the front cover, we see that it has Makita's logo up at the top left. It also does say cordless cutout tool right there, and that's because that's what this product is. Down here it says LXT 18-volt lithium ion, and that's because this tool is a part of the LXT line of power tools from Makita, and it's running on that 18-volt lithium ion system. It also does say that it has a brushless motor and that it utilizes AWS, which is Makita's Bluetooth technology that allows their power tools to communicate with each other. At least the tools that have this functionality or this function available. Now it doesn't come included with that AWS chip, so we will be buying that and putting that in, and we'll test out how everything works. But aside from that, it does say cordless cutout tool, which is what the product is, and it says that in a bunch of different languages here. It has a sticker right here that says tool made in Japan, so that is awesome to see. And then right here there's another sticker that says 18-volt lithium ion. It shows you a little picture of the battery that is not included with this device. It says you get 3-year warranty on this product, and it gives you the exact model number, which is XOC02Z, and Makita Corporation, made in Japan. Right up at the top of the box, it pretty much shows you the exact same thing, and then on the back of the box is where we get some more information about the product. It shows you the buttons that are available there, and it also shows you that little signal button, and that's what will be used when we have that Bluetooth module installed so that it can communicate with a dust extractor, for example. It also shows us that it does have built-in LEDs right up at the tip so that we can see exactly what we're working on. It also shows us that it has an adjustable depth guide, which is nice to see, so that we can adjust the depth that we want that drill bit to go into while cutting into whatever material we'll be cutting into, mostly drywall. But we don't want to cut too deep sometimes depending on what's on the other side. It also does say that it has 32,000 RPMs per minute, and then it has a soft start, which is nice to see, so we're not going to have all the extreme power right at the push of a button. It has the lights, as I said before, and then it shows you the maximum size drill bit that we can use with this product. And on the side of the box, there's really nothing, and then on the bottom, all it says is Makita. So let's go ahead and open this up, and we'll check out how everything looks. And yes, I know it's a little weird, I'm opening up a Makita tool with my Milwaukee Fastback, but this is an awesome knife. This is probably my favorite knife that I own for opening up boxes or cutting into walls. This knife really does it all. And let's just make sure we get all that tape. And let's see if we can get this open. There we go. So the first thing that I see in the box is the instruction manual, and yes, we will be taking a look at this before we start to use this product, just so that we can see all the best use practices, as well as all the other little quirks and functions that this product does have, and what to look out for and how to best use it. So we'll put this aside for now. Next up, we do have the service warranty registration little pamphlet here, and I will not be using this. I'll be just registering this product through the Makita website on my tools. It's a really cool little piece of website that they have there that you can basically log all your tools. Next up, we do have another paper here that shows us basically what we can use and how to use the Bluetooth functionality, and it's actually a pretty informative piece of paper here. Basically, you got to put in that Bluetooth module, put in the battery, turn it on, and then it can function and communicate with a dust extractor, for example, which is awesome because then you don't have to constantly have this dust extractor running. While you're running this tool, you can use it as you're using the tool itself. Right here, I do see that it does have the dust extractor attachment port, so it is nice that they do include this. However, on the Amazon listing, it doesn't even say that it includes this, and actually, in the frequently bought together little piece of Amazon, it tells you to buy this. So it's nice to see that it is included in this kit. And next up, we do have the tool itself, and let's put this aside. Finally, in the box, we do have some tools here. Tool to open up the chuck, and then another little, I guess this is a guide piece, as well as 2 bits that are included. And that's about it for the box. So let's take a closer look at the tool itself. This is an awesome looking tool. Has a nice weight to it. I'm sure if I put a 5 amp hour battery on this, it'll even out the weight that's coming from the front. But yeah, this tool feels extremely comfortable. As you can see, I can wrap my entire hand around it. It feels very ergonomic, which is nice. So if you're using this for a long period of time, you know, you'll be comfortable using it. Here is the switch, and then, you know, there's a couple buttons here, and here's the chuck up at the top. The adjustable depth guide right here just twists off. I love the fact that that is toolless, and you can even remove the depth guide if need be. Next up, we do have the buttons down here at the bottom to turn on that Bluetooth connectivity so that it can communicate with the other tools. And then down at the bottom, we do have the battery holder, or the place where you put the battery in. And actually, before we get to using this tool, I just want to see how that soft start function works. So I went ahead and grabbed my 4 amp hour battery right here. And when you plug that in, it really does even out the weight distribution of the tool. Makes it feel a lot more comfortable too. But anyways, let's listen now. Yeah, you can definitely hear that soft start. Doesn't put out all the power right at the start of the tool. And with that brushless motor, it does stop extremely fast. And, you know, that's pretty much it. So as usual with any cutout tool, when you're putting in the little drill bit, all you need to do is press down this button here, undo the chuck, and then slide the bit inside. And they did include an extra one of those bit holders, or the little bit piece right there, which is nice because those do tend to get worn out depending on how much you use these tools. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing into the field and see how it works. Alrighty you guys, so we are back after unboxing and testing out the brushless 18-volt cordless cutout tool by Makita. This thing is a beast. I mean, it is so easy and convenient to use to cut out drywall. I can't tell you how easy this made that whole process that you guys saw before. Because if I had to cut that out with a drywall knife, that would have been a total mess. As well as, you know, it would have just been a lot more work than it needed to be. But with this, it made it so easy because not only could I cut out the drywall, but I am also being guided next to the studs that are there as well. So that specific wall, that specific panel had drywall installed, but it had the metal studs on the side of it. So with this being exactly what it is, a cutout tool, it just glided right alongside of the metal studs without any issue. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I first started using the tool, I did struggle a little bit. And I was struggling because I initially set this depth guide with the dust extractor a little too low. Well, either that or I just inserted the bit a little too high off of the little chuck that it has there. And what was actually happening is that this bit wasn't actually, you know, seated, or the drill portion wasn't actually cutting the drywall. It was basically burning. So if you guys can take a look right here, this bit actually has some burn marks on the bottom, and that's because I was cutting with it too low when I first started. Once I noticed that and I felt a lot of resistance, I did go ahead and look and see what was going on, and I changed the depth setting on this little dust extractor portion. And that really did make the world of difference because then it started to work a lot easier. Now, what I like about this tool is not only that it's brushless, which will mean that it'll last a really, really long time, if not pretty much forever, but I like the fact that it does have the AWS functionality. Now, the AWS chip goes in right here where this little white part is, this little white box. And I already have the chip in here, and once you insert the chip, it basically just goes all the way in, and then you'll see an LED, but you can just press and hold it to turn it off. And this piece just clips right back in, and it has a gasket there, so no dust will be able to get into that little compartment. When you need to turn this on, all you got to do is press and hold this AWS button, and then you'll see that it starts to blink blue. Then you'll, click and hold that same button on your dust extractor and it'll start blinking blue as well. And then once it's connected, it will just be a green light, a green LED. So it's extremely easy to use that functionality, and I actually really did enjoy it. Now you guys can see that there is still quite a bit of dust built up in this little dust extractor plastic piece here. But, you know, honestly, with the amount of dust that was extracted through this whole little contraption right here and through the Makita vacuum backpack that I used, and if you guys want to take a look at that, by the way, I will be leaving a link up in the corner here so you guys can take a look at that video, that unboxing, and the uses that I tested that product out with. But while using this with that, it definitely did reduce the amount of dust that would go in the air. I'm not going to say that it completely, you know, totally sucked up all the dust that was, you know, being created while using this to cut that drywall, but it did do a lot of good with reducing the amount of dust that was not only spreading, you know, while cutting, but also removing the dust from this little portion here. I feel like that helps this device cut better because there's less dust being stockpiled, and then it'll eventually make it harder for this piece to actually do its job. But overall, I've got to say, I am very impressed with this product. Another thing that I noticed while using it is that this is a switch that you can push up, and once you push it up, it will start the tool. But if you push it up all the way, it'll automatically just keep it on. So that's like the always on portion, or, you know, portion of this switch here. That'll keep this always on so you don't have to keep your finger, you know, pushing this thing up. I noticed that shortly after using it. Aside from that, this is an extremely comfortable tool to use. I felt really comfortable while using it, and I think it just packs so much power, especially with Makita's 18-volt batteries. I did use this with the 5.0 amp hour battery, and that just adds, you know, more power and more runtime. So I think it's a great tool, and if you guys are looking for a cutout tool, I would definitely suggest picking this one up. It's kind of strange, actually. I didn't find this tool on, or you know, at Home Depot or on Home Depot's website. They only have the brushed version of this tool. So I'm always, you know, looking for brushless versions because it just lasts longer and you don't have to worry about replacing brushes or anything like that. And also brushless does have a lot more power to it. So I actually found this on Amazon, and that's how I purchased it. And you know, with Amazon, if you have Prime, 2-day shipping, it comes right away. No hassle, no worries. So I really do enjoy this tool, and I think it's great. It also does come with the standard depth guide. It's a metal piece right here, and that can be used pretty much exactly the same as that, but it is metal and it doesn't have the dust extractor portion. And as I showed you guys before in the little unboxing, it does come with the tool to release the chuck, as well as an extra drill bit. It comes with 2 of them, and then it has another one of the pieces that holds that drill bit in place inside the chuck in the event it wears out. So with that being said, overall, great tool. I would suggest getting it if you're looking into a cutout tool. This is my first ever cutout tool, so maybe I'm being a little biased, but I think it's a great tool nonetheless. Maybe in the future I'll pick up another cutout tool and maybe we'll do a head-to-head test out with them. But as for now, this is going to be my go-to, and plus it runs on the 18-volt Makita line, and I have so many 18-volt tools, so I can always swap out the batteries. So it's just an easy system and ecosystem for me to use. So if you guys want to check this tool out, I'm going to be leaving a link to it down in that description box below, so definitely go check that out. If you guys have any questions or comments at all on anything that was used in this video or about this tool, definitely drop them in the comment section below and I'll be quick to answer them. And if you guys also want to check out all the accessories and other tools that I use in this video, definitely check that description box because I will be listing them all there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did like it, go ahead and smash that like button down below. And if you guys like this type of content and want to see more just like it, consider subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to hit that notifications bell so that you guys will be notified whenever I upload any new videos. With all that being said, everyone, I hope you all stay well, stay safe, and stay healthy. I'll see you next time.